Let me introduce our guests now. We have Rajeev Jaydevan, who's joining us from Kochi today. Welcome, Dr. Rajeev Jaydevan. He's with the Indian Medical Association. Dr. Ishwar Gilada from Maharashtra. Maharashtra, by the way, is the second highest contributor, but really well behind Kerala in terms of the number of cases. PKD Nambiar is, of course, from Kerala himself, has been critical of the CPM government's handling of the COVID situation, and Subhashini Ali, who is, of course, a CPM leader and of course, a very prominent women's rights activist as well. Welcome everybody to the program. Mass congregation for this time should be discouraged. Mr. Nambiar.
Barkat, I don't think that there is even an Onam or a Bakrid. In fact, I went to the court not because of the Bakrid. It is only because of the government's policy I went. I did not go, it is that because it is a Muslim festival or a Hindu festival. Definitely no. It was purely on the basis of a scientific data. Now, the challenge today is that I agree with both the doctors. There is no doubt that COVID do not have any colors, left, right, center, no religion. The only challenge in Kerala is that they were celebrating much before, and everybody knows that in the public domain. Every day the chief minister used to hold a press conference. You have never seen that in anywhere else in any part of the country. 6 o'clock to 1 hour routine PR exercise by the chief minister. The former health minister was going all around, including the DW, to the BBC, and going and telling the people that what is the COVID Kerala model, which you few minutes ago mentioned. The challenge is that very, very unscientific way of handling this whole crisis.
Give an example. Give an example of this unscientific way. Specific example.
Exactly. So, for an example, this second wave have started in Kerala a little later as compared to the rest of the places. All the other places, the second wave did happen for maybe some places it's for 15 days or 1 month or maximum 2 months. May, June, July, August, we are sitting in the 4th month of continuous. There has never been a consistent policy by the government, whether it is to lockdown and unlocking. And everybody, including the same doctor, has during the last time. So there is no clarity of policies, wherein when the shop should be opening, when they should be closed, what all should be opening, what all should not be opening. So it is predominantly a crisis which is created by the government, with an utter confusion that the public don't even know how to do. You also need to understand that, in fact, even in my petition, I said that a permanent lockdown is definitely not a solution. But is the government of Kerala, when they were taking this decision, went to any doctors or any of these scientific, on the basis of science? They said it in the Supreme Court of India that no, there was no scientific proof. The chief secretary filed a confirmation letter in the Supreme Court, which was clearly said that there was no, they only discussed internally, but there was no proof. So the problem is that it is purely a PR exercise which was happening in Kerala. It is not because of anything. And I wanted to tell, because both the doctors, I was having another discussion on another channel. Let me tell you, the other doctor said, the problem is that you go and confine the people for few months, absolute lockdown, and then create a feeling that, no, we have handled it very well. And everybody was celebrating, taking the ownership that we created it. Suddenly you opened it up, everything to the public. Today, not only, you have to understand, Kerala is not an isolated place. Kerala is NRKs and NRIs, they go across the world, and they are even posing a threat. So the challenge is simple. One is that the overall vaccination, that 55% of the people have been vaccinated, all those data is absolutely perfect. But both the doctors are doing an injustice to the public when they speak like this way on this platform.
Why?
Let me come to them. The injustice is that the Kerala COVID cases are happening on as if we are predominantly trying to portray that nothing to worry, as long as the people are not dying, you should be okay. But then there is another story to it. Kerala is an economy, if anybody knows that, it works predominantly on a middle class society who works basically daily wages, that kind of a society, or the people who bring money from outside, the people who work from outside. The real suffering, you won't find too many people like in Delhi or Bombay or in the rest of the places, people who are begging. But the truth is that a large number of middle class is in a major mess. The number of suicide which has taken place in the last 4 months, and my friend from the Kerala, the doctor, will be able to tell you the real facts. It's humongous, including the traders and large numbers. So don't simplify this based on a scientific. These things, the number of people are not dying. Please also note there are close to 20,000 people have already died in a most advanced health system. A place which has got the most advanced health system in this country, close to 20,000, almost 19,800 or something like that. How can we even simplify that? Oh, nothing to worry, all is. Another thing, the government has done a big mistake. 100 out of most all the states across the country, I'm not saying everybody, but have done 100, they have vaccinated 100% their frontline workers. Kerala, in its own affidavit, has clearly said that even as on day before yesterday, it has only done 82 or 84%. Why? The people who are working in the front line, the people who are supposed to support,
I'll get Rajiv to respond to
unvaccinated. So I think let's not simplify. My only humble request to both the doctors, don't simplify it. And while you simplify this, that will add to the crisis. It is not just a health crisis, it is an economic crisis. It is also a crisis wherein people are.
Okay, Dr. Gilada. Okay,
you need to understand. No, 1 second more, Barka. You need to understand in Punjab, I was in last week in Punjab, the schools have started open. And in Delhi, we are planning to open. Almost 2 years, the students in Kerala has not seen the school. Don't you see that the kind of
yes. I agree on the
auto drivers.
Okay, Mr. Nambiar, lots of different points. But hang on. I need to get Dr. Gilada. 1 minute, I'll come back to you. I promise you I'll come back to you. Dr. Gilada, jump right in. When you say the cases are not worrying you, PKD Nambiar says, how can the cases not worry you? And would you say the same if this was Maharashtra? Would you say the same if this was Uttar Pradesh? The suggestion being that that we have different rules for different states. How do you respond to that, Dr. Gilada?
Barkha, firstly, PKD Nambiar is confusing so much. I don't know what does he want to convey. Whether he wants Kerala to open up or doesn't want to open up. He doesn't want. I don't know anything what he wants to convey. But I don't want to get into that kind of politics. What I want to say that Kerala has two things to celebrate. Number one, death rate continues to be 0.5. And that is the sole ball game in all over the world. If you are able to keep CFR low, I think you are conquered halfway. Number two, Kerala has vaccinated around 80% of adult population. We make a statistical mistake when we say 56% of population. Why we said 56% of population when 35% of the population is not eligible to get vaccine? You talk about eligible population. What is the percentage? 80%. So that vaccine hesitancy in Kerala is.
I think Mr. Nambiar is wanting an interjection. I'll allow him a brief interjection. PKD.
Doctor, I request you to go to, there is a Kerala government COVID dashboard is there, which is live updated, and I would say it is one of the best. May not be even the central government may not have it. Please have a look at that once again. You will get all the data. I'm not talking about any data of my own. I don't create data. So the data clearly says that it is only about the 55% of the eligible criteria of the people who are supposed to get vaccinated, not only the entire population. Have a look at the dashboard. Why don't you ask your production team to open up the dashboard?
I think that
we'll open up the dashboard.
Let's open up the COVID.
Okay, Mr. Nambiar, 1 second literally, because I have to close with the two doctors then.
I understand and I appreciate. Only thing is that, ma'am, the problem is not even to the doctor to start with first. It is not about just having a COVID and they are not reaching to the hospital. Even Barka, I was seeing one of her tweets few days ago, even the hair fall to the what all kind of post-COVID complications, what people are going through. And in fact, I had gone through this for almost 3 months, still not been able to recover. So don't simplify this that, okay, even if you are not dying, it's fine. The post-COVID complications, people are not being able to go to the work for months, and especially the large amount of people who work on the ground. You and me, working in an air-conditioned room.
I am not working in an air-conditioned room. I am not talking about you. I have spent 16 months reporting from across the country. So I am not an air-conditioned room.
I'm not talking about you. I am only overall telling you there is a large number of the society who works on the field, who, as Dr. Rajiv said, on a humid condition.
I get your point.
Please don't simplify. Government is failed. Government completely has failed. Government failed. That's it.
Okay. All right. Government has failed according to you. Subhashini, one sentence there, and then I'll close with the doctors. Ma'am, Subhashini Ali. 1 minute. You need to be unmuted. Please unmute her. Ma'am, okay, I'll unmute you, ma'am. Go ahead. No, ma'am, you're muted at your end. Can you unmute yourself? We can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
No, I've said what I had to say. I don't have much more.
Okay.
It's not that we are not concerned about people in Kerala and not sensitive to their sufferings. Extremely sensitive, extremely concerned. I think I have as many family members in Kerala as my friend on my right. That's not the point. The point is the government fulfilling its responsibilities or not? That's the main point.
Okay, now both the political perspectives have to take a back seat very quickly, 30 seconds each to both the doctors. Rajiv, where does Kerala's priority need to be in the days to come? Quickly, 30 seconds.
Yeah, in the short term,